In this video, I'm going to talk about little tips and tricks about how to get better chances in finding a job abroad and everything. So this is definitely more about my experience, and there could be a lot of different possibilities as well, but I hope my experience will help you guys to find a job somewhere in the country which you like. And it's really funny because some people get chance out of the blue, like they were not even expecting, and then they were able to move abroad and work there, experience different culture, different country, environment altogether, etc. But some people, even though desperately want to get a job offer outside, but they were not able to. It's all purely, I don't know, it's luck, or being at right time, right place, or right company or such. But what my understanding is, even I didn't had a luck, because in my 9 years of career, I was not able to get a chance to move anywhere apart from the short time business trips. So yeah, first I'm going to talk about a different process. Okay. As of now, the good bet is finding a job in Germany is a lot easier than finding a job in US or Australia or Canada. So I'm going to break this video into three different subsections. Basically, I'm going to talk more about Europe, how to find a job in Europe, and how to find a job in US and Australia and Canada, something like that. So this is purely based on my understanding and my experience. The simple strategy is, if you don't want to really struggle or prepare for interviews and then apply here and there and then keep on giving interviews until you find an opportunity, the easiest way is to join a service-based company, say for example Infosys, Wipro, and TCS, and then join a project which is mostly the clients are in Europe or some other countries. The higher chances are that you might get you might get a chance to go there and work. I mean, that is one simple strategy, but that is purely based on luck. But if you really want to find a job for yourself, the simple trick is you have to apply for jobs. There are so many different portals where you can apply for job. The first one is Stack Overflow Jobs. This is where real magic happens, because there are a lot of job listings here in which they specifically mention that whether they are going to sponsor visa for you guys or not. Most likely the jobs which I have seen here are mostly visa sponsored jobs. And here you can mostly find a lot of jobs for European countries, most likely Berlin and Dubai and a couple of other countries. But I was able to see a lot of jobs which are for Germany basically. Here they definitely sponsor visa for you guys. All you have to do is apply and wait for them to reply. Meanwhile, you can always keep preparing for interview. The second portal is LinkedIn Jobs. This is a very good place to find jobs who sponsor visa. But the only problem here is they don't explicitly mention whether they're going to sponsor visa or not. But some profiles do mention that, but some doesn't. But what you guys can do is you have to keep applying for all of the relevant position you see in the LinkedIn Jobs. All you have to do is search for your profile and the place you are looking for, and then keep applying for every job posting. And there are other tricks as well on how you can optimize your resume and cover letter and everything. I'm going to talk more about that, how you can increase the chances of getting picked by the HR in the end. Okay, so the next portal is Jobatical. Here also you can find a lot of jobs which are available in European countries. And the other thing is Job Seeker Visa. Job Seeker Visa is, I think, only available in Germany. What you have to do is you have to go to embassy and apply with all of the documents which are needed. You will get 3 months of chance to find a job in Germany. You will have to travel to Germany on your expenses, and you will have to start finding a job here. And then if you were able to get a job within that 3 months of duration, you can convert that into a long-term visa, and then you can stay here working forever. But the only problem is you will have to invest some amount of money to travel and stay here, and then you will have to burn a lot of energy finding a job being in Germany. But that's kind of like difficult, but there's always this option where a lot of people do try this option. Otherwise, the simple trick is you will have to give interview to Google or Amazon and then get selected there. Because what I've heard is Amazon or Google allows you to pick one of European countries, because most likely getting a European visa is a lot easier than US visa, because it has to go through like either L1 or H1B. It's becoming a lot difficult these days, but European countries are always easier. So you'll have to crack Google or Amazon. The other thing is consultancies, but I don't really trust them. But I also got some of the job requests from consultants as well. I think it might work. I don't really know, but you can always try the chance. But don't ever pay upfront money to them. You might get scammed as well, but be aware of it. So what else? I did apply to about 50 plus job postings on Stack Overflow and then LinkedIn. I was able to get about 10 to 15 replies that whether they're going to schedule an interview or not as such. I think I did clear a couple of interviews and I didn't because of some of the reasons, some of the crazy reasons, some of the reasons they don't even mention. I mean, it's all purely like I'm not really a master, but I do mistakes. So I did failed in a couple of interviews, but I did pass in a couple of interviews and I've had offers. So the usual interview process in Europe is simpler actually. The interview difficulty level is a lot easier than Amazon or Google. Guys, really don't worry about it. You just have to prepare the way you prepare for any Indian company or any company basically. You just really don't need to prepare extra for finding a job abroad. I mean, it's simpler, but sometimes, I mean, my experience, I failed a couple of interviews, but they didn't give the reason about why they rejected. Sometimes they did mention that we have found other candidate of very suitable or very relevant experience than yours. So they picked the other guys, but some I was able to get through and got offers as well. So it happens, like you will not clear all of the interviews, you will have your bad days, you will have your good days. So it's the one thing I just wanted to mention is you don't need to really get afraid like I have to know everything to get a job in abroad. You just have to prepare just like how you prepare for any other company. So you don't need to expect the difficulty level of Amazon or Google, but it will be much simpler if you're not targeting for Amazon, Google in abroad. But yeah. So usual procedure is they will send you an assignment or hacker earth test or a codality test. So you will have to finish. Some are time bounded, some are, you will have about 1 to 2 days of time to finish the assignment and that. And you will have to send those back and then they will review it and then they will come back and schedule interviews. Some of the startup interviews are much easier. I mean, at least I felt it very easy. Some of them were difficult. Some of them I was able to go to the last round. In the last round, I mean, I got rejected. I don't know the reasons really. There's something happening in Germany. I mean, a lot of openings are opening up. If you see anywhere, there are so many openings opening up in Berlin. So if you guys are really interested to shift to Europe, try jobs in Berlin. There's so many companies. There are different reasons for that as well. Berlin is becoming startup capital because of so many reasons, because of living expenses, Brexit, a lot of reasons I don't really know, but Berlin, you can find a lot of jobs. The next thing is Singapore, you can find a lot of jobs. You don't need to go through a lot of process. You just need to apply. So many companies are giving opportunities to guys who are applying from different countries. So do apply to Singapore as well, Berlin, and then I did get a lot of interviews from London, but the thing is they were not ready to sponsor visa. I had a couple of rounds, but in the end they said that I can't really sponsor visa, but I can give you a remote job if you're interested in, but I really don't want it to sit at home alone then do the job. So I said no, I'm really looking for abroad and as such. And Sweden is one more place. Stockholm, Sweden. There are a lot of startups which are looking for guys because the number of engineers in Stockholm is a lot less. I mean, this is what some of the interviewer was telling me, that there are very few engineers in Netherlands or Stockholm or Sweden. So they are trying to hire people from other countries. So there is opportunity there as well. You can try Sweden. Stockholm, I did had an offer from Sweden. I couldn't take that offer, but I did refer one of my friend, and he got the offer, and he's moving there. So it is happening that you will find jobs in Sweden and Berlin. So the next thing is how you can find a job in Australia and Canada. So if you're really good in English, all you have to do is take IELTS or PT, get score of 80% or 8 points above, and then you have to apply and wait for some time. Hopefully you will get your work visa. Most likely what I have seen is even if you apply for Australia and Canada from being in India, they don't really entertain you guys because they want a candidate to be physically present in their country and then give interview. I don't know what is that about, but most likely finding a job in Canada or Australia being in India or any other country, it's a little difficult. But if you're a guy from English-speaking country, it is a lot easier to move to Australia or Canada and then find a job because they are English-speaking country. India is not English-speaking country, so we will have to give either IELTS or PT exams. IELTS, if you can clear, you can apply in Canada and Australia both. If you are clearing PT, you can only apply in Australia. So once you have higher scores, it's always better for you guys to apply a job there. I mean, if you get a visa, then most likely you guys can find a job going there. You will have to go there and then find a job there. So apart from that, coming to US, it is easy for the guys who are already working at some company and that company is ready to sponsor. But if your company where you're working, and I mean, if the company where you're working is not ready to sponsor visa, it is highly impossible. Only thing is you will have to make your profile outstanding to get a job, and then you'll have to convince some company there in US, and then they will have to apply H-1B on behalf of you. Or your company can sponsor L1 visa, that is more of a work visa. You can't really change companies once you go to US, so L1 is kind of like a bounded visa to that company. So until your company is sponsoring that L1 visa, you can stay there and work. H-1B visa is totally different. You can go there and then change company and do anything you want to. No matter where you are applying job for, here are some of the tips and tricks where which will actually help you guys to land a job easily. So here are some of the tips which will actually help you. So first one is make your profile outstanding. There will be so many people who are basically applying for the same position, and if the HR wants to pick some of the profiles among so many, then your profile should be outstanding. Some of the simplest way to make your profile look outstanding is obviously abundant, rich, and experience or knowledge about your domain. And the next one is maybe you can give some tech talks and have a reference to those tech talks in your resume. That also kind of helps. Or mention your blogs or GitHub where you have contributed a lot. And the next thing is you can actually teach just like me, like on YouTube. So that also kind of helps. Definitely, my YouTube channel has helped me a lot when it comes to interviews and everything. So the next thing is having a neat CV. And having a customized CV as well. So if you are applying for specific position, maybe tweak your resume which looks more relevant to that position, and don't have verbose resume. Have 1 or 1.5 page kind of resume. I mean, that should be enough to explain whatever you have done. So have a simple and cute resume. That would help you as well. And one more thing is having a nice cover letter. usually we don't follow in India, but most of the European countries expect you to send a CV, cover letter along with a CV. So have a simple cover letter. You can find a lot of templates in the internet. So prepare a nice cover letter, explain your motivation, explain about what inspires you and why you want to join that company and how that position is relevant to you. These are the main points you need to cover in the cover letter, and write it specifically to that HR. You need to edit this cover letter for every position you're going to apply. Don't have one cover letter or one CV and you upload it to all of the position. Have like customize it and then apply for the position. That's kind of really helps you. And the next thing is the LinkedIn profile. Have your LinkedIn profile complete with all of the work experience you have, because a lot of companies here do respect the information which is there in LinkedIn. Some of the things are recommendation. Ask some of your managers or some of the people you know to write a recommendation for you. That actually helps you as well. And also do get endorsed of the skills which you are really good in. That also helps you. The next thing is referrals. Referrals are very important. Even if you are applying for some position, try to get a person who is try to contact a person who is already working in that company. If that might be your friend or friend of a friend, it always helps you. Because here people trust referrals more than direct applicants. So try to find a referral and then apply for it. So one thing you can do is you can find some of the people on LinkedIn, but don't directly message them. Maybe send a mail, request them to refer you. That might work as well. I think if you concentrate on all of these 4 to 5 points which I mentioned, I think that should be enough. The very important thing is obviously how you have prepared for the interview, and rest is mostly luck. So you will have to just wait until your HR comes back. They will either tell you whether they're going to sponsor. If they are sponsoring, they might schedule interview, but some replies that we are not going to sponsor to this position as such. So anyway, all the best for you guys. So one thing I want to tell you is, so the turnaround ratio is very less, because if you apply for 100 profiles, you might only get reply from 20 companies, and out of which only you might get 5 interviews only. So keep applying. You will definitely get interviews, and then if you're really good enough, you will definitely get in and you will find a job abroad. And I think I have covered all of the information and my experience. If this video is really helpful for you, do comment and like. Thanks a lot.